Welcome or welcome back to Hair Diaries YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get some nice, pretty, crisp triangle parts. So first, you guys know I love to split the hair in the middle. Like, that is crucial when it comes to getting even straight parts. Splitting the hair in the middle allows you to part inward outward, and I find that parting that way helps me to navigate the inside of the part. So sometimes I'll be able to see if the part is even. I hope you're following. So you see, I would part, and then, well, right now what I'm doing is just like simply pre-parting out the rows. And like I always say, I do not part with product. I find that it is just pointless, because imagine parting all these parts and then 2 hours later you need to fix the part, but you can't fix the part because you put product on it and the product has set. So now you have to comb out that product, which may be painful for your client and may not be the best for the actual, health of the client's hair. So I'm just parting out all 3 rows, and then that's when you will see I go in and I straighten out the rows. When I'm parting the front rows, I would section off half of the hair and part from the front of the head to the back in 3 sections like I'm doing in the video, and then I would go to the middle inward to connect the parts. I find that doing this method just helps with keeping the parts even. I already did the first 3 braids. It is important to know that these first 3 braids are going to be your base braids, and the rest of the style will be dependent on these 3 braids. So now, because I want my triangles to be equal and even, I'm going to match them. So just pay attention to what I am doing. I want it to look like triangles because I want when she flips her hair up, her triangles connect. So you're going to have to do a little geometry here, and you're going to have to be a little patient, because sometimes you may have to fix the row and adjust the row, because sometimes the row needs to be a little higher, or the row can be too thin and it needs to be a little thicker so that the triangles can show more properly. So people think that triangle parts take less time, but for me, they actually take me a little more time, because I know how technical and how perfect I like my parts to be. So as you guys can see, I'm taking out some of the hair from the row above it to fix the part. So listen to what I'm saying, but also pay attention visually. So I just took this row out and also loosen out the braids, and me like pulling it up in one helps me to like have tension on it. But as you guys can see, the left side is a little bit higher than the right side, and because the left side is a little bit higher than the right side, it is affecting how my triangles are looking. So I have to fix that. This is why I mentioned earlier, do not part with product. It's just gonna, just don't do it. But all I'm doing in this video is just parting, but I'm fixing and I'm adjusting and I'm matching the triangles. I'm a perfectionist. I love things to look straight. I love things to look neat. So you guys will see me flipping from side to side, pulling the hair, making her bend her head, just to do different things, because it is important for me to get these parts straight. Like, this is my work. This is my pride. This is my joy. So I'm just a perfectionist. Like, just keep watching. It is okay to ask your client for help. Like, I'm asking her to pull her hair, because her adding that extra tension is allowing me to really see how the parts look. So do you guys see how her pulling her hair up is giving me that extra tension that I did not have before, thus causing the part to look straight when it really wasn't, because it needed that extra attention, and I can't pull her hair and part at the same time. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just ask her for her help. So ask your client for their help if you need their help when it comes to parting. So now that I fixed the initial row, I can now go ahead and measure my triangles. And like I said, I'm just going to keep parting and parting until I get the part to my level of perfection. I find that triangle parts is very artistic. They're very beautiful. Like, when they are done properly and all the triangles connect, and when I say connect, I mean that it does not matter where you hold that triangle, it doesn't matter where you hold your hair, your parts are gonna connect. That is when it's the most beautiful. Some people will tell you, oh, you're getting triangle parts, and you will be getting triangle parts, but your parts don't really connect. They're just a whole bunch of triangles, which is still cute, but the real beauty comes from when the parts connect and it's just this like crisp cleanness. It's just a work of art to see. And that is the type of work of art I create for my clients and I to enjoy. So that is really it. Once you get your row to look the way you need it, you start to part out your triangles. Part them out first before you start to braid, because you do not want to part it and then braid and then part and then realize, oh, I need to fix something. So do what I am doing. Part, clip, part the entire row, fix it to how you need to fix it, and then once your triangles are parted out and you love how it looks, you're good. So this is the result of the first row. Like, look at it. This is so beautiful. Like, Adesha, you are doing the damn thing. Third row. So as you guys can see, I'm pulling, I'm observing, I'm trying to see. I realized, nope, I need to take some hair out of this row and we need to go back to the drawing board. And it is okay. It is okay to make an initial part and then fix it. But because you already have that initial part, you already have something to work with instead of trying to create a part. That's why I think that pre-parting is great and is beneficial, especially when it comes to like doing triangle parts. And like I said, try parting in going out. I feel like it just helps so much with maintaining the same thickness of the row all across the entire row. Try it out. I promise you, you will love it. Make a straight line down the middle and guide your parts from the middle outward. Like, think of it as like a protractor. When you're drawing a circle, you start with this little dot and it draws this beautiful, nice, lovely circle around. You know, think of it like that. So, of course, I am parting from the inside out, and I'm just perfecting the parts. That is literally what I am doing. Observing the hair. I'm observing how much hair is in the different rows, and I'm observing to see if it's going to make my triangles even. Because also, you want to remember that, yes, you're doing triangle parts, but you want the triangles to be the same size throughout the entire head. You don't want to start with some big triangles in the back and then finish with tiny triangles, because it's like, wait, what happened here? Why is this row much bigger than this row? So, of course, she has to hold her head because I need to pull. I need that extra tension. That extra tension is what helps me determine if the row is really the size that I think it is. Because guess what? When I go to braid, the braid and my grip is that tension. So if I can get that tension before braiding, it gives me an idea of how my braid will look when I do braid. That is the reason why I have my clients pull their hair and help me in these different ways. So like I said, part out your triangles, see how they look, and then if they look how you need them to look, then you're good. If they don't, fix it. Fix it now. Fix it quick. Don't wait till there's a point of no return to not fix it. So that's all I'm doing, and I'm matching my triangles, as you guys can see. For every point, there's a triangle to go with that point. And then to me, I find that because I like to match the triangles, I end up doing a lot more braids. Because when you really start to match triangles, you realize like, damn, these are so much extra braids because you're matching the triangles. If you are doing triangle parts and you're matching it, you understand what I'm saying. But if you're not, then it's not going to make sense. But if you're doing it, it will make sense. I know it will. Honestly, I just feel just have patience. If you want the style to be pretty, have patience. Just relax, enjoy it, be proud of what you're doing. And like I said, I am the fixer. I'm going to fix a part over and over and just enjoy it. Like, I feel like sometimes when we do hair or, we're doing it often, sometimes we lose the fun and the love and the passion that is actually within creating these different types of stuff. Sometimes we're doing this thing on like a robotic type of energy where it's just like another person. But, we really are creating magic. We really are. Yeah. I'm done. But I got my part to be how it needs to be. Like, do you guys see? I hope you guys are seeing the material. Like, I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, because I know I'm putting some good things down for you to get. I know I'm dropping some gems. I know that for a fact. I am that confident in myself. Hey, y'all, look at this. Look at these braids. Look at the tuck. Anyways, child, we're talking about the parts. We're talking about the braids. But the braid make the parts, right? This is what I mean. They connect. The beginning of one triangle connects with the beginning and end of another triangle. This is throughout her entire hair. Are you guys understanding what I'm telling you? Like, is it making sense now? Like, look at the... Alright, so now it is time for me to do the top row. And because I'm doing a middle part, of course, you start from the middle to make a middle part. Like, duh. In my opinion, I find that, like, when I stand in front of the client and I part this way, I find that helps me get a really, really great middle part. Because I get to see the head from a different way instead of standing behind them and trying to make it straight. And when you are doing a middle part, pull the hair. Ask your client to hold the hair, or you pull the hair and part. Because when you braid and that extra tension goes, that's when you realize, like, oh, the part wasn't really in the middle. Like, you see what I'm doing? I'm making her pull it. I'm pulling it. I'm just doing what I need to do to get the part in the middle. So now it's time to connect the triangles in the front. This is going to be 4 braids, not 3. And the reason for it being 4 braids is because, like I said, the parts need to connect. And I found that 3 braids would have been a little too big. It could have worked, but there's nothing wrong with getting an extra braid. Like, who would complain about getting an extra braid? Nobody.